What's up, everybody? It's your boy JD and G. We're back again with another interview. This time from an artist who stays busy. Let's go ahead and say that. This guy stays busy as hell. Doing multiple series right now. Am I right?
Yeah.
Multiple series.
For the most part, yeah.
For the most part, okay. But we're gonna go with multiple series. Definitely a lot. So it's been we've been trying to get this in the works for a while, everybody, and we finally figured out a time, figured out a day, and was able to get everything set in stone. So we're here. We're gonna bring you guys this interview, and we're gonna try and pick Inuupen's brain for a little bit and see what kind of knowledge and info we can learn and get out of him today. So Inuupen, for those who don't know you, why don't you give a brief introduction of yourself? Also, for you guys who may have already known him, I did a video on the channel called Tall Tale. So yeah, you might already know him, but just in case, Inuupen, why don't you let everybody know?
All right, guys. So my name's Inuupen. I'm 22 years old. I started doing manga at first, and I just recently got into the whole Webtoon game. The comic that JD is talking about that he reviewed was a passion project that got cut short because of a bigger project that I'm working on now. But that's Tall Tale. I've worked on multitude of titles, but at the moment I'm only down to two-ish. Mm-hmm. So that should be Just a Goblin and Cave King. And there is another one, but I'm not really allowed to talk about that one right now. When I am, you guys will hear from me about it. But that is with a whole other company. And yeah, so when he's ready to talk about it, that's when he'll talk about it. But Just a Goblin and Cave King are my golden eggs at the moment. And so yeah, that's pretty much who I am. That's what I do. Just normal webcomic artist.
All right. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Nothing wrong with that. So when did you first start drawing and was like, you know what, I want to be a manga artist, or in this case, even now, a webtoon artist?
Okay, so I started drawing for as long as I can remember. I think that's normally what all artists say. Mm-hmm. But I had an idea when I was younger called 100 Grand, and that's what you guys know as Cave King, right? But it was like a kid project, and it was inspired by, like, as kids, I'm trying to power up like Goku, do all this wild junk, right? So I made a title, and that's why it's called 100 Grand. I got like 100 grand stones, and when you find all 100, you get a wish, right? Some corny idea like that, like One Piece type, right? But that was my little kid idea. I don't know if you noticed, but the main character, 100 Grand, his hair looked exactly like Goku's. Mm-hmm. I did that as a kid and just left it there and made some adjustments so it's browner. But it was just a homage to my childhood self. But that was my first little idea, and I kept running with that middle school and then high school. Then I got out of high school and got into college, and I wasn't really doing manga in college and stuff like that. I was really just drawing because it was my class. I was drawing for the grade. And it got to the point where I was like, man, I'm looking at Webtoons, and I'm looking at these other indie publishers that you guys see flying around the area, and I'm like, man, I want to put my stuff somewhere. Like, I want to do this, So I submit 100 grand to this indie publisher called Post Manga, and they picked me up. But it turns out I joined Post Manga as the company was getting ready to disband. So it was just like, once I hopped in, me and DeAndre, the founder of Post, I guess we both found each other in the perfect moments, because I owe it to Post for giving me the opportunity to grow and learn from a smaller company. That way I can work with a bigger company like Webtoon, right? I wouldn't be able to, I really don't think I would be where I am now without working with a smaller company like that. Because I wouldn't know what not to do. I wouldn't know my ins and outs. I wouldn't know how to play the business game around webcomics. But yeah, I got there, and I did like 60 pages of 100 grand before I decided, yeah, this is trash, bro. Like, I'm literally just copying other dudes. I gotta learn how to write, so threw it away, right? So I was like, man, what am I gonna do? And then it hit me. After that, I did a webtoon, and it's actually still on Webtoon. It's called Third Base. I don't know what I was thinking, bro, but I did a girl love webtoon called Third Base, bro. And it was about baseball with two girls that like each other. I'm not into LGBTQ. I don't know what I was thinking, but I knew that junk get views, right? So I did it, and I posted it, and, you know, it was cool, right?
Right.
But a lot of people respected me for attempting to write a story like that, and it was all cool and stuff. So they read it, and it was just like, you know, boom. I think it has like, what, 3 episodes out? After that, what did I do next? I think after that, what was it? Man, I forgot what I did after that. I think I did a whole bunch of junk. I think it was Tall Tale, the actual manga version of it. Did the manga version of Tall Tale. After the manga version of Tall Tale, I had got off of that. I did Cave King for a whole year, and I finished that 80-page chapter that you guys saw. But while I was working on that, I dropped the webtoon version of Tall Tale that you reviewed on your channel. Yeah. And I was going to keep doing that until Brandon Chin and JKS Manga picked me up to do Just a Goblin. Yeah. So that's my little drawing history in the nutshell. I'm pretty sure there's a little gaps and stuff I missed here and there, but that's how I got there. There was a moment, this is another part I think I should mention. There was a moment where I found out that my wife was pregnant. And I had a choice. And I don't suggest anybody do what I did. It was the dumbest thing ever. I was 21 at the time. No, not even, bro, I'm tripping. I was 19 at the time. Found out she was pregnant. Then I asked my mom, you know, can I take a gap year from college so I can do this comic book stuff? And, you know, my mom, black mom, was like, boy, hell no. You sound dumb, right? Like, you sound dumb.
You better stay your ass in school, boy.
Yeah. But I told her, I was like, look, mom, this is what I could do. And she was like, okay. She let me take a gap year. And in that gap year, I basically was just living off my FAFSA. And I'm going to say something that's kind of weird, but COVID hit, and then I was able to go on unemployment, which funded my gap year a little bit more. And with that, I was able to draw, still get paid, right? And still support my family, what was about to be a family. And I feel like from then to now, I was just in my room drawing. I would draw, work out, come back, repeat the process. It wasn't long until my kid was born, and back in 2020, and yeah, here we are, 2022. That kid's 2 years old, chilling. But yeah, I had to make a big move when I got out of college. Now I can live full time off of this, but I honestly, I would never suggest anybody do that ever, bro, because that was a gamble. I would not be here right now if it wasn't for Brandon and Jack. I'm gonna say that straight up.
Hey man, greater the risk, the greater the risk, the higher the reward. So yeah, sometimes you got to take that gamble and just see where it leads you. You know.
Yeah, man.
At least you was man enough to, you know, be like, hey, YOLO, I'm gonna try it. Yeah. Hopefully it work. If it don't, I had to figure something out. But you know, I'm glad it worked out for you though.
The craziest part about it is, man, I would tell my mom, like, okay, look, it's not working. The moment I don't get paid nothing off of it, I'm taking my ass back to school and I'm gonna become an art teacher. Something simple, something quick, like my bachelor's. Like, go, just get it and go. That way, I'm not like useless, you know, like I'm not a bum or anything. Right. And she understood, but it worked. Like, I'm gonna be real, like, what happened with me is unforeseen in this indie manga world. Like, my story is a genuine accidental I'm talking like max amount of luck stat if this was an RPG or something, like lottery ticket, bro, because I've only been in the actual game for 2 years. And at the end of my first year and a half, a year, at the end of my first year and some change, I got into Shrine, which was paying me monthly. And then after that, that was like a step up. Then after that, I got the Webtoon deal, which paid me a good amount to work on episodes behind the scenes. And yeah, we're on I can't really say that, but it's coming soon, like really close for you guys to read it. So I just did a random lottery, bro. This is never before seen. Like, I don't know anybody else who just hit like a random like luck, because I'm just blessed, bro. Like, I'm honestly grateful for anything and everything that happened to me. So it's just random. I don't.
So while all this was going on, did you have any series or any mangas or anything like that you were reading that like help you like get into like a different like state of mind? Because you had a lot going on, so I could just tell it was just like a lot of stress and just things going on. What did you do in that time, or what did you read in that time, more or less?
Man, so that's a good question. There was a moment in time when I was reading Shotgun Boy, and I was just kind of immersed in that story for a little bit. I dropped that before I could finish it. I dropped it because everything going on with my wife and her pregnancy and stuff like that. Then I was like, man, like I really just need something to read when I'm not working, because like it gets to a point where drawing gets exhausting and you run out of ideas, so you need to read stuff to get more ideas. And when you're trying to study a new craft like Webtoon format and all that, you got to read it, right? Or else you're not going to have any material to go base yourself off of, right? So that's when I started reading Tower of God. And that, I think Tower of God is probably one of my favorite webtoons on the platform. And next to this,
that was actually the next question too, so you just answered that.
Yeah. So what was your gateway? So your true gateway. Your true gateway is Tower of God, but you've read other things before then.
Yeah. I read a whole bunch of stuff beforehand, but Tower of God was really like, man, the art is like, I don't really care, bro. The story's good, like, but that dude, he's actually like, you see him evolve over time as you read his work. Is like you're watching somebody grow, and I think that's what I respect the most about Thieu's work, is that as you're reading episode 1 to episode 100, you can literally see him himself like climbing the tower, right? Like the dude's climbing the ranks, like he's getting good, like. So yeah, his story's always been good. It's basically One Piece of webtoons, right? That's what everybody calls it. But seeing the art transform is a different breed within itself.
Oh yeah, like compared to the first few chapters and to now, it's night and day.
Yeah,
definitely.
And then I don't know, like comparing you to the person who draws God of High School. God of High School's art is so consistent. It's like Dragon Ball. Like, ironically enough, people compare it to Dragon Ball, but it's so consistent that it never changed. It never looked any worse.
Actually, it's gotten better.
It's gotten better, yeah. Like, but only someone who's reading it would notice.
Yeah.
Think about it. Like, only someone who's reading God of High School would notice the changes. Because I think right now we're with Mori Dan, right?
Yeah.
You can see a lot of the things in his art style was catered toward Mori Dan's maneuvers, since he fights differently than Jin, right? So
yeah, definitely. Yeah, he's definitely grown as an artist. Yeah. So since we answered a lot of questions starting off,
for real,
which isn't a bad thing, but I guess we can expand upon a little more about you, Brandon, and JKS, or Jack, as a lot of our viewers may know him, since we had an interview with him. How did you end up meeting them? Was it just like, they read one of your series and then they reached out, or you reached out to them?
Yeah, because there's a huge, like, we know he's like in China or somewhere at first, and he went back to the UK.
So, and I know
and then his story's even crazy because his thing kind of worked out with COVID, him getting stuck over there and him winning that contest.
Yeah.
So you all got crazy stories, dude.
It's just like, COVID is like this training arc. Like I really feel like it's the training arc for a lot of these dudes making stories. It's weird, but the way I met him, so I don't know if you guys know this or not, but so I'm gonna tell you how I met Jack first, and I'll tell you how I met Brandon. Shrine Comics is ran by JKS Manga and a person named Jin.
Okay.
His name is Jin, and JKS Manga and him both own the same company.
Okay.
And that's basically how I ended up in the same place as Jack. And we basically were, he was like a boss, I was like a worker, whatever, and cool relationship. It's always been cool. Like there's never been anything like, we've always been cool. That's how I met Jack, right? So the way me and Brandon met was he followed me on Instagram, and I was just like, whoa, like Brandon Chin followed me on Instagram, that's cool, right? Because Brandon Chin, he's a writer and he's gonna be looking for artists.
Yeah. He
hit me up and he was talking about getting me for a manga project that was with some publisher that I forgot the name of, but I was like, wow, like this dude wants me to be the artist. Okay, like this is actually crazy, right? So we're talking about that project, and it didn't really go through because what was it? I think the publisher's terms changed or something. I forgot, but it didn't really go through, right? So he was like, okay, we'll just try again another time. I'll hit you back up, right? So we're just following each other on Instagram, and we're really cool, like, and randomly, like months later, Brandon hit me up in my DM and was like, hey bro, you want to be a Webtoon original? And I throw my neck back so fast. I'm like, wait, bro, what did you just ask me? Like, for real? And I just messaged him real quick. Yeah, like let's do it, right? He was like, all right, man, I got contacts and stuff like that. We just need to submit a banger project. I need you to go all out with character sheets, concept art and all that. And here's the name of the project. So I'm reading the name of the project, and this is the beta version of just a Goblin, and I instantly fell in love with it. Whenever I make any of my titles, I know a lot of people get inspired off of other like manga and anime, but my main influence was RPGs. I literally sat for hours playing JRPGs like Dragon Quest and all that type of stuff as a kid. So when I saw just a Goblin, I was literally like, bro, like this is everything I wanted to write. Like it's literally like it was something that I wanted to make, but it just wasn't my idea, right? So I was just super happy to
put it together.
Yeah, so it was just like I was super excited to be a part of it. So I started going crazy with character sheets. Like, we got this Goblin, got all the characters. Can't really talk too much about the story, because of spoilers, but it was just solidified. Like I really loved it, right? So we submit. And this was the most, sorry, let me back up real quick. We submitted, and I realized that JKS Manga is a part of the project. And we were working together. So Brandon Chin picked the artist. JKS Manga was already a part of the project. And I guess there was a thing where, they both came together and agreed upon me being the artist. And that was just what it was.
So at first you didn't even know JKS was even.
I didn't even know. Bro, we're in the same company working together, and I did not
crazy.
know.
So like it was like a secret for yourself and for him not to tell anybody, and you guys were even working together, didn't even know.
So did he know? So he knew you was on it, or he didn't know either?
No. So once I was picked, he knew I was on it.
Okay.
So when I started drawing the art and stuff, he knew I was a part of it. They pitched in their ideas for characters and stuff like that. But for the most part, like, I really do appreciate the amount of freedom they gave me, like all character designs, all that type of stuff. They just left it up to me. So like everything was just up to me, like art wise. They so cool. But so it wasn't really like we were both working on it in the dark and then came together like, oh, we're together. Like, no, it was more so like I was picked, and then JKS Manga didn't know until it was like, okay, well, Inuu's the artist, right? So then we're both looking at each other like the Spider-Man meme, like, you know, like we work in the same company,
right?
Yeah,
that's cool. That's cool, man. That's definitely cool. Definitely. So with now, I'm gonna go ahead and ask because I'm pretty sure some people are gonna ask, and I doubt you'll be able to answer. But you know, we gotta ask anyway.
Okay.
How close are we to a release date of Just a Goblin?
Okay.
Like I said, if you can't answer, you ain't gotta answer. I won't get you in trouble.
I can't answer, but I can tell you something. I can say something. Okay. Not this month, but soon though.
Okay.
That's what I will say.
Can we ask you time of the year, fall, summer, winter?
This year. I can't say that because then they're gonna be like, bro, you might as well just told them the month. Like, I can't say that. So no, like literally this year though, like this year, you're not gonna be waiting too long. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay. Like we're almost there.
All right.
We're literally almost there. We're like at the finish line. So.
So how many chapters do you have completed of Just the Goblins thus far? Or if you can answer that either. Can't answer that either? Okay. No, I tried, people. I tried to help y'all out. You know,
is it gonna be long?
Just Goblin?
Yeah.
It will be.
You think it'll be continuous, like more than one season, or is it just like one season? It's a wrap.
I can't answer that either. I can't even say.
It's good, bro. It's good.
That's all good, man.
We get it, bro.
Like I say, we're just asking.
We just have to ask the questions that we get asked, you know, whenever it comes to things like this. So
yeah, and of course the questions that people will want to know as well. So we understand if you can't answer. We expect a lot of stuff you can't answer anyway. So it's really just, you know, we'll shoot the shot. And we'll see, you know, if it hits or not, you know, whatever. It goes like that.
Now, has this been like your favorite series to work on, even the series that you came up with it yourself?
I love this series as if I made it myself. So yeah, I really think that even though this is not my like idea and that Brandon and Jack did this, being a part of it, being able to come up with weapons, environments, characters, you know, just all those different types of things. And they even let me pitch in for like story ideas. Like I didn't expect that to happen, but they let me pitch in here and there, just like little snippets, like, oh, maybe he should say this, right? Like cool things like that, right? So they let me do that. But yeah, this project is definitely 100% something I see myself doing for a really long time. It's definitely, I prefer this over my own titles.
Right. That's dope. Now, how does it work whenever they pitch like a weapon to you, since you do all like the art and stuff like that? They'd be like, make this sword, like, because I mean, you have to come up with the image, right? And like, how does that work? Like when they tell you like make this sword because it's this power or it's like this legendary weapon, like
they don't. They literally just say, hey, bro, we got this bad guy. Do your thing, bro.
Really?
Yeah. So I come up with the sword, for example.
Now how does that work whenever you make a sword and you be like, all right, this is gonna be his weapon, but then like you think of like another weapon that's like that you think could be stronger than that one, but you just gave it to this guy or something, you know what I'm saying? Like
okay, so to answer that, it would be I'll make a weapon, right? I'll tell them what it can do. For example, there's going to be a character that you'll see. I'm not going to say his name. I'll just say he has a sword that can emit fire, right? But there's more to it than that, right? So I'll give him that, and then they'll tell me what they're power scaling it as, right? How they're going to make it work in the story, what it's going to be compared to, etc., etc., etc. But I don't do all that stuff. All I got to do is draw the cool sword with a cool power idea, and then they normally organize it. And yeah, there are times where they'll tell me like, for example, how I don't know if I should say that. Okay, well, they'll tell me how like certain characters' powers are going to work. Yeah,
and that's what I was asking, because I'm pretty sure they already written out like what they written, and they already gave them weapons in their story. So that's what I was saying. How does it like translate when they be like, this character already has this type of weapon, and it's up to you to just like, of course, make it come to life and draw it out. So they don't have really like, because I mean, most of the time when you read something, it describes the weapon as is, right? Like it'll be like, the sword is, you know, like a bastard sword is huge, like Guts' sword, right? You get the 10-foot sword, it has this on the hilt and stuff like that. So by them saying that in their story now, how's that like translate to you when you go into the art? Like, how does that affect you?
Okay, so the best way for me to put it is that they've never described a weapon to me yet. We haven't gone to descriptions in the weapons, because normally in said moment before they write it, they ask me to describe what they should have.
That's
right?
dope.
That's definitely dope.
Normally
you have a lot of input.
Surprisingly, right? They're super chill, like but yeah, like I'm pretty sure it's partially because, you know, how busy they are, how they have like their own magnum opuses, right? And
just back, dude.
Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah, so they just chill back and then let me like just put my little 2 cents in areas where they feel like it'd just be better if I were to just throw it in, right? So I think when it comes to them writing for like weapons, they just normally, we haven't gotten to the part where they describe something to me because it hasn't been as important, but I'll bring something to them and then they will discuss it with me. So it'll be like, they're like, okay, what should X character have, right? And I tell them that X character should have Y weapon, and maybe it can do this, maybe it can do that, and they'll say, okay, that's cool, maybe we should add this, and I go, okay, that's even cooler, let's add that, and then they'll organize the script.
Okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that. So, are you involved on any other projects with them, or is this like kind of the main one?
No, this is the main one and the only one. This is
okay.
Yeah.
Now, do you have something that's just yours that you're working on, you know, on the side? Because like,
other than
Jack works on 3-4 different projects at once, dude. So are you?
Yeah, I know
that too.
Yeah, and I know Brandon.
I do have like something. It's a one shot. It's a webtoon one shot. It's gonna be not even one shot. Short story. It's gonna be 3 episodes long, and it's just gonna tell the complete story like that. Since I clearly don't have the time for big old series, I decided that to tell this story, I just wanted to be done in 3 episodes. And if I were to say anything about that project, just imagine if the sun never came back out.
Okay,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
the sun never came back. Okay. All right.
Someone took the sun away.
Very dangerous. Somebody took the sun away.
It makes me think of like 30 Days of Night and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Definitely reminds me of that. So what do you see yourself, or well, not what do you see yourself, but what is your goals so far? Now that you've pretty much started from is the bottom that you can be, and now on a Webtoon original. Once this project is done with Just a Goblin, what is next for you? Do you have like a plan of a series already in mind, or it's just like?
I actually do. And it's that one shot I was telling you about.
Okay.
I'm gonna drop the one shot probably sometime this year after Just the Goblins already released, when I have that free time, that little open gap to like just work on it. But from now until Just the Goblins completion, I'll be just writing that story, perfecting it, refining it, till hopefully one day when Just the Goblins done, and maybe I've gotten my seniority, and maybe my editor is basically like, you know, you've earned the right to basically pitch your own title.
Okay.
And then that's what I'll do. And then my end all be all goal is we gotta get better Webtoon anime, bro, because I don't know how they fumbled on Tower of God and got a high school. Like, we need, bro. I want to get an anime. That's my end all be all goal.
Oh, that was my next question.
Oh man, I mean, it's crazy.
Why do you think they fumbled on Tower of God and God of High School?
God of High School was a fumble. I'm just gonna keep it real.
I agree with that one.
Tower of God wasn't a fumble to me.
Me either.
But I know a lot of people feel that way. They did a good job adapting season 1, because after you watch that, anybody can go to season 2. You can immediately start season 2. So that's a perfect adaptation, right? Music was fire. Like I like how they used
the opening was dope.
Definitely.
Yeah, bro. Even the ending was dope, but
Yeah.
Got out of high school, that shit.
Yeah, it was a pain. That Noblest, we're not even gonna discuss Noblest. We're just gonna pretend that doesn't even exist.
I want to know, like, I don't know if they're listening or if they're gonna watch this one day.
Some of them might. I'm just telling you, some of them do watch. So
I want to know, right?
Mm-hmm.
What was the mentality of, hey, let's start here, and then let's go to the end of the season? Like, I just want to know, like, what was the mentality? Let's skip 40 episodes. Let's skip like the whole season. Let's just start fighting. Yeah. Like, did you think we weren't gonna watch the heartfelt moments or something like that? Like, come on. I just want to know.
I don't know.
The problem with what was given to them as to how many episodes they were going to be able to make. I mean, it doesn't explain it because like they could have still just kind of fleshed it out better. But I think they were like trying to put so much in because, I mean, it was no certainty that they will get a second season. It still isn't. So I mean, they probably try to make it like the most action they can because that's what keeps the audience going, like seeing stuff. And most of the time, you're like. It's just like when you watch a movie, if the first 30 minutes is dull, boring, or something, you're like, oh, I'm out of here. So maybe that was what they were thinking because, but skipping that, it sucks. They skipped a lot of stuff to try to get to where they're going.
Yeah.
I just kind of think they didn't really kind of give the anime watchers kind of like the benefit of the doubt as far as like, hey,
exactly.
we actually like stories out here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We love some deep, intricate stories, some plot twists. We like that. We actually want to have a reason to care. Fights are cool. We love fights. Don't get it wrong. Everybody loves hands being thrown, but we do like to get a glimpse, and that's why I think that's the only reason I think the Tower of God one didn't fail. Even though if you're basing it off the webtoon, obviously it's not. Webtoon chapters are like twice as long as a regular manga chapter, maybe even longer, 3 times depending on who the author is. So it's gonna be even more difficult for them to adapt one webtoon chapter the same as they'll adapt a regular Japanese manga chapter into one episode or a few episodes or whatever the case. So. I mean, I get it from that standpoint.
But in a way, that's to their advantage because
it is.
Because by the chapters being longer, you don't have to worry about like how the episode's going to flow. Because I mean, when you have the shorter chapters, you have to put 3, 4, 5 chapters into one episode. And you got to take what you can from each one of the chapters and fit into this. But when you already have this long chapter, it almost takes the whole episode itself, So
True. But I also think it's kind of like what Jack told us when we was talking to him, that a lot of things don't adapt well into an anime format or into an anime episode. Kind of like when he was talking about My Vampire System and how they're taking a novel and trying to put it in a webtoon format, and a lot of stuff has to get cut out because it just wouldn't fit right. Because with novels and stuff, we have a lot of inner monologues and stuff like that, and a lot of more extra thoughts to give us the vision of what actually is going on. But like with webtoon, you can see, so you don't need all that extra stuff. So I also
feel like, personally, as both a manga fan and a webtoon fan, manga fans are used to their favorite titles being adapted. So when webtoons started off, it was new. And what happens when you fumble new things? It loses respect, right? So when when God of High School and Noblesse fumbled, nobody cared about Tower of God's anime, no matter how good it was. And it even got like people saying on Twitter, Instagram, like, wow, like webtoon animes, like these are bad. Like, they just made a flurry of people just lose respect for the platform. And I wish it wasn't that way, but I do think we should try again, because I don't know if you guys seen the Doombreaker trailer, and that's like berserk of webtoon right now, right? But the Doombreaker trailer really had some insane animation.
Yo, it looked incredible.
Yeah.
JD did a review on it. It looked incredible, bro. Like, I was like,
I mean, like I said, I think Tower of God is that one exception still, because there's still a ton of people clamoring for season 2. That's the only one they're still asking for a second season of. Noblesse and God of High School, they don't care.
Yeah. But we know that if even if Tower of God succeeds, they're not doing it. All three of them don't do it. Because didn't Crunchyroll stop the whole anime collab thing for Webtoon?
Well, I mean, of course, we don't know like the logistics of their contract. I'm assuming their contract was just, 1 season, 13 episodes, see how it go. But now that Crunchyroll was bought by Sony, I don't even know if that's going to even be a thing.
And then they combine Funimation, everything into one.
So I don't even know if that'll be a thing with them anymore. But Webtoons did create Webtoon Studios that's supposed to do live action films, animation and stuff. Which the live action films thus far, they've been okay. I mean, for me personally, someone was hit and miss. Personally, I think the best one they did was All of Us Are Dead.
All of Us Are Dead.
Yeah, I think
I've seen the Boxer little trailers and stuff.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't.
All of Us Dead was legit, bro.
Yeah, that was definitely legit. But I don't think every series should be a live action.
No.
If anybody from Webtoons is listening, do not make every series a live action. Every series does not need that. It is not going to work.
In live action?
No, because the reason why I say that because I heard a rumor that Omniscient Reader was supposed to be a live action.
I see. Oh, I'm kind of iffy on that because it could work, but it
exactly
could also miss. Yeah,
I mean, the reason why I say that's a higher chance of missing is because the amount of CGI that's going to take.
That's what people didn't. What was that one Netflix Webtoon series called with the big dudes that Hellbound? Got people on the iffy side because of the CGI.
That's what I'm saying, because like with Omniscient Reader, that's a lot of CGI you're gonna be having to use.
Yeah, a lot.
And if it's trash, it's gonna ruin it. I would stick with anime form for that one.
Yeah,
I think that would be better animation, but live action, I'm not. No, don't do that, please save yourselves. We don't want another Death Note on our hands. People just know.
Death Note, Full Metal, the list goes on, bro.
At least Full Metal had.
It had two.
At least Full Metal had decent CGI.
At least it had two.
At least that, man. So we gotta at least give them that. So what? We know you're busy working on Just a Goblin and everything, and of course your other project that you mentioned. But when you do have some free time, just to yourself, are you reading any webtoons? And if so, what are you reading?
So the person who did Shotgun Boy has a new webtoon, and it's called Flawed Almighty. And I've been studying that for the art. Like, it just looks so good. I think he hit a new peak because this title looks a lot better than Shotgun Boy and what was the other one?
Sweet Home and Bastard.
Sweet Home, yeah.
Yes, we know.
Personally, Bastard is my favorite out of all of their works. All of his work.
I'm barely trying to get up to Flawed Almighty. I think it only has 25 episodes out. 22
I'm looking at it right now. Yeah,
3 under lock. But it's a good title. It's like, yeah, you should read it. It's about some dude that meets up with someone who basically tells him that, it's around this time you're supposed to die. So it's pretty good. Yeah, that's something I'm reading right now.
So that's your main one?
Yeah, that's my main one right now. And then I keep up the Tower of God here and there. Like, I just always go back to it.
Nothing wrong with that. Definitely nothing wrong with that, man. Do you got another one?
That's the same with me. Like, no matter how bad Dragon Ball gets, I still go back to it. so I get you on that one.
If we're talking about manga, I keep up with a lot of manga too.
Oh, what you keep up with that then?
Right now, One Piece. I don't know if you guys seen that. I'm not gonna spoil. It's crazy though.
Man, you can go ahead and, man, well, no, some people probably anime.
Nah, I wouldn't, because right now it's
I was about to say the way the internet's been lately,
Yeah. But definitely go read that. That dude, Luffy, is a Looney Tunes character. That's all I'm gonna say. He's a Looney Tunes character. Another series that I'm trying to get caught up on is I'm trying to finish Promised Neverland. Just get it out the way. I started it a while back. I just want to wrap it up. It's pretty good, but the anime
butchered it. I don't know what
they did the webtoon thing. Now that I think about it, They pulled a webtoon, bro. They skipped stuff.
They skipped the best arc in the whole series.
Literally. Just because they felt, oh man, it's probably gonna be too slow. Lost respect.
They skipped the best arc. That was painful, bro. Rest in peace. 7 Deadly Sins 2. Rest in peace to them too.
Oh, I know. Oof. 7 Deadly. That's
rest, man. That's all I can say. I can't even get it out. Can't even get it out.
Yeah. Another webtoon I'm reading that's not on Webtoon is called Troll Trap. I think you DM'd me about it when I posted on my story, but I read it on a website that's not Webtoon. I'm just honest. But
good chance.
But yeah, it's fire. Like, I want them to put that on Webtoon so we can read it, you know, like, for real, but it's not yet. So
okay, so now this just remind me. I do have another question for you. So when you're pitching a series to Webtoons, and when y'all had y'all pitch and everything, how long did that process actually take? Is that like maybe a week process, 2 weeks, a month? How long is that process?
So formulating the pitch, I believe that took us a month and some change. Then we send in the pitch, and then we had to wait for them to get back to us. And then that part took, I want to say, another month and some change. So 2.5 months so far. Okay. And then after that, once they get back to us, we have a meeting with our editor. Then after you have a meeting with your editor, shout out to Spencer. He basically runs your, like, you know, everything you're supposed to do from there on and out. And then this is the part where you're still in the submission phase.
Sounds nerve-wracking.
Right.
Yeah. You got to sign your contract, right? And after you sign your contract, if you don't sign it, right? Because we negotiated. I shouldn't be saying it, but yeah, like, we have this negotiating phase to figure out how your contract should work. After that, you sign your contract and then you're ready to go. So in total, I'm thinking 4-5-ish months.
That's great.
So yeah, it's a really long process. And then the nerve-wracking part is seeing if you even get accepted. Now, there's another nerve-wracking part, I think maybe that I had, that I don't think everyone has, but it's called show and tell. And this is where not just your editor, but the editor-in-chief and then every other series editor reads your first 3 episodes, and they basically just nitpick it.
Wait, so every editor from every series on Webtoons, they read it?
Whatever editor was available at the time, I believe. I don't really know if I'm gonna get in trouble for saying all this, but I shouldn't, right? I'm sorry, guys. But, you know,
I don't know. This is news to us, so we have no idea.
Yeah. For what I had to go through, they basically
so you got a board that just reviews it pretty much.
And they fix it up, and this is supposed to be your learning experience, just getting perspective from different editors. That way you can know what to do moving forward.
Right. I mean, that sounds like a good a good way to kind of set your expectations and to kind of build off of
nerve-wracking. That's pretty much it. Like, you just got all these different notes on your work. Oh man, this is cool. Oh, I feel like they should have did this, and you just got like 7 different people. You know,
so were you guys assigned an editor, or did you have to like pick? Okay, so you're assigned. Okay, I figured you was assigned, but I just wanted to ask. All right. Well, that's a very long, strenuous process. And then, of course, comes to work where it takes however long until.
It took me a long time to get used to this whole, like, working on a professional series. Because in the beginning, like, they're going to notice from chapter 1 to, like, chapter 8 that the art goes from here to here really quick. I start doing like Korean techniques, the 3D models. I start like sound effects and stuff like that, just really boosting the quality. I'm going back to overhaul some things before it releases, but for like just in general, the art itself, you're gonna watch the characters change, like literally visually change. Like I can even see it. So yeah, like Nog goes from looking like a freaking doodle to like a full-fledged character.
So how long does it take you to do the chapters?
So at first I couldn't do them weekly at first, but now lately I do them like weekly. So I'll sketch out an entire chapter in one night. I've been doing that since the beginning, sketching them out in like a day, but it's the inking process. But over time, Brandon and Jack got me a little team. I got assistants for coloring and inking now, so things are moving way faster.
Okay, well, that's good because I think when we talked to Brent, he said it takes how long, G? How long did Brent say it takes him?
Well, he said he got fast with it, but at first he said it was taking him a while, dude. I don't know the exact amount of time, but he was saying like a decent time. Now he can spit them out quick as hell. So
yeah,
he was doing everything himself pretty much. He didn't even have a team, right?
Yeah. He got a team, once he became
original, right?
Yeah. But before that, he was just doing everything himself. So.
Have you checked out his series Ordeal?
Yes, I actually read Ordeal, bro. Those, bro. Shout out to Brent. I'm actually a fan of Brent. Those fights, bro. We had a naked dude bodying 3 people at one time.
Yeah, Brent's a master with his art, man. He's crazy what he's able to do, man. And
the little work he put into the original too is sick, dude. Like,
yeah.
Had to see him.
Big ups to him.
I didn't know him before he was an original. Once Ordeal popped up and got the cover of Webtoon, I was like, whoa, what is that? I think it was the day of, and I just started reading it since.
Yeah. And if you can believe it, he said season 2 art is going to be even better than season 1.
Yeah.
His words is, he said season 2 makes season 1 look amateurish. So,
I'm like, if you haven't, go watch the interview, bro. He drops a lot of nuggets, dude.
Yeah, we had an interview on the channel. We're supposed to get him again soon, so
right before season 2.
Yeah,
maybe
right before season 2. We're gonna try to get that together. But yeah, man, I definitely know like it takes a lot for you guys as far as getting the drawings and stuff together like that. So kudos to you for being able to, do all the drawing for this. And I know you did Cave King, you did the 80 pages for that. So I know your hand hurts.
It's not really my hand, it's more so like, dang, I just be sleeping a lot now. Yeah,
definitely understand that. G, you got any other questions before we wrap it up?
That's it, man.
All right, you got any questions for us, man?
I guess I'll end it off with this question: how do you guys feel about Webtoon volumes?
Webtoon 5.
We got that Let's Play volume. That's a romance title. I don't really read romance webtoons, but we got the Lore Olympus volume 1, and I think 2 is coming. How would y'all feel about, Ordeal volume, just the Goblin volume, like stuff like that?
I would
like trying to push this unscrolled stuff.
Yeah, I'm a collector, dude. So if it's something I'm really, really into, I'm with it.
Yeah, me, definitely. I'm definitely interested in the volumes. Like, I already actually have some volumes. I have solo levelings.
Same here.
I have the Korean version of Tower of God. So I actually have some volumes. So I'm definitely fine, especially the English version. I know they're supposed to do a Doombreaker one. I know they're actually supposed to do an English version of Tower of God as well. So I'm looking forward to both of those.
I want them to start rolling them out how they roll out manga. Like I wish they'd do that, because I feel like that way you're touching 2 different types of markets.
Right.
You got the people who see the ad for Webtoon, go to Webtoon. You got the people who already on Webtoon, go to Webtoon. Then you're at Barnes and Noble. What is that? You know what I'm saying? So I wish they'd start doing that.
I should they use some epic covers. Yeah, because I mean I love collecting the volumes, especially for like my favorite series.
Because
I have a ton like him. I have the Soul Leveling. I have the whole series of Demon Slayer. I have Jujutsu Kaisen up to current volume they released.
Crazy, me too. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for both.
Have you read it all?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Bro, you know what's crazy?
What?
I want to know how you feel about this. Just for the viewers, because we get, as Demon Slayer fans, we got to deal with people saying, man, if the anime didn't pop off, it wouldn't be as good as it is. How do you feel about that?
I feel like all of this is directed at me.
I kind of side with that. I mean, well, I'm speaking purely off of like finishing the series. I think the animation from Ufotable has helped a lot. Like the series is good, but like it has its lull moments where it's just like and kind of like after the entertainment district and stuff like that. Like it kind of goes in
those chibi doodles. Like I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So it comes to a point where it's just like, I mean, they're all just on a Demon Slayer high right now because basically they're kind of like noobs to the whole thing, to the whole anime scene. You know, a lot of them are. And I mean, I hate to shit on them like that, but it is what it is. But I like the pacing kind of changes, and it's gonna be tough. And it's just that, at that point when it does that, like as readers, we kind of go through that already. We're cool with the pacing and going up and down. We're used to it. But when you have people that only watch, and if the pacing does drop like that, it's not good for the series. So that's when they have to rely so much on the animation of absolutely everything to keep the excitement going in it. You know what I'm saying? Because if the animation, if the story's all going like this, and then your animation's like this, ain't nobody gonna pay attention to it, bro. You know what I'm saying? So like, you have to have. You have to have that. And I speak purely for like casual audience, like, but you know, us here, we're not really the casual. So like for me, I'm just like, you know, like it's not, because at the end of the day, I didn't really like like JD. Like I hear it kind of became mid-slayer, bro. So
look, I feel a lot of that was directed towards me. I didn't appreciate that.
I feel like, bro, you have a valid point. That's all I'm saying. Like, because people are just banking purely off the animation at this point. Like, it's the animation hype. And don't get me wrong, it's some of the most beautiful animation like ever, bro. Like, they put their foot in it, bro. Like, for real.
Some scenes, I feel like some fights, like what was it? It's the fight in the beginning, with the dude when Tanjiro went into his like little water puddle world. It was the way beginning where he saved the dude, and then he held Tanjiro's hand and was like, these are not the hands of a child. You remember that? That scene in the manga was kind of like, okay, but in the anime, they made that scene like just something
more
crazy.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Even like the Rui fight, like I didn't expect it to be like.
Like
they balls to the wall, bro, with the Rui fight. Like
that movie,
studio, no budget.
Yeah, the Mugen Train arc, like that movie just did something completely different for that arc, bro. Because that arc, like it was dope,
okay,
but the movie made it hit on so many different levels, bro.
Definitely.
So that's the power of the animation. You know. So and that's they're appeasing more to that audience that only watch, you know, because that's where most of the money is really like at too once it start hitting there. So.
Now, to take it real quick to the volumes. Now, Webtoons, you know, y'all know I love you, man. You know I love you, man. Now, these Tower of God volumes, right? I love it. They're cool. They're cool, right? You know, you see Kun and all this great stuff. I don't even know if I can say it. Glare, mad glare. Can we just? They're cool. Don't get me wrong, they're cool. But can we just get a little more touch up on the volumes, you know, covers. So, you know, just a little touch up, like, you know, Endorsey and all of this other stuff, you know. I just want a little touch up, just a little, for the US crowd. I just want to throw that out there, just in case somebody was watching and listening. Just a little touch up, a little more color, I guess. That's all. All right, y'all go back.
Hey, for you, this that dude, bro. I know you kept saying Goku, but this that dude, bro.
You mean the dude that always loses? Get that out of here.
Hey, we ain't going there.
Throw him in the bushes. Throw that in the bushes.
Super ego? How you get super ego and get folded, bro?
Throw him in the bushes. Throw him in the bushes.
I'm not gonna allow this disrespect, bro.
He disrespect himself. He disrespect himself.
Super ego and get thrown in the bushes.
Throw him in the bushes, man. Throw him in the bushes. All right, man. Definitely appreciate you, Inuupen, for taking time out today, man. Your busy schedule. know you got, you know, deadlines. You're trying to pump out these chapters and stuff. So we definitely appreciate you taking time out, rocking out with us, and letting us pick your brain and everything, and seeing how your journey from where you came from. And I guess we can end it off with this question real quick. What advice would you give people who are trying to start their own webtoon?
I think this is gonna sound so corny, but bro, you just gotta do it. Like, you gotta do it. And I think one thing that disciplined me by working on Just a Goblin is that the consistency. You know, you got that chapter 1, and I know that's the hardest part. Then after you finish it, you know, you just want to, maybe you got another idea, maybe you got to do that, right? Because that was the problem I had in the beginning, is all these, you know, I finished the chapter 1, oh, I got another idea, let me do another chapter 1, you know? But the consistency and the discipline hit me when I did Just a Goblin. I ain't never hit chapter 10 before in my life working on anything. I ain't never hit chapter 11, right? 12, right? Never. But because I have now I understand that even though nobody's reading it as I'm working on it, and I don't have the freedom to instantly drop it, I know that myself, and I'm pretty sure Brandon and Jack, as you know, they already been through this, but this is new to me. I know that when this does come out, man, I can't wait for them to read chapter 7 if they thought this was good. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they thought this was good, I can't wait for them to read that. But, you know, you just gotta tough it out and just keep drawing until you get to a point where you, even though you're about to post chapter 1, you working on chapter 20. And they got content to read along the line. You gotta have that discipline, and you just gotta start. And, you know, I'd say that no amount of YouTube videos and no amount of manga you're reading is gonna make you start. You're just gonna have to do it yourself. You're not gonna get motivation on the spot. You gotta just do it.
Right.
That's what I'd say.
One last one. The name. How'd you come up with it?
Just a Goblin?
No, your name. The Inuupen.
Oh, okay. So,
story behind it.
Dang. All right. So in the beginning, when I was very first starting, I saw that all these mangaka had like these little animals as their icon, right? And I was like, man, I need an animal. What am I gonna pick? Like, I thought it was just a thing that they do, right? But me being dumb, I just thought it was a thing that they do. And I was like, okay, so I'm gonna just pick a dog. I was like, dog can sound lame. So I just picked Inu, because, you know, Shiba Inu, the freaking Japanese dog. You know, at the time I was just on my head ass anime boy shit, but it came out as a cool name now, I believe. But yeah, you know, back in the day, that's just how I got it. I used to read, you know, the little author, like, if I were to show you right now, hold on, let me grab this right here, Demon Slayer Volume 1.
Yeah, the little gator thing.
Yep. I had the alligator, right? So they're still doing it to this day. Right. That's just why I picked the dog.
All right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's somebody out there that got the same damn dog.
Yeah, they're nice though. They're nice.
Yeah, Shiba Inu's a nice dog. Definitely. I want one actually. G got me one for Christmas.
Oh nah, you got the YouTube millions, bro. We ain't gonna go there though. We're not gonna go there.
Oh man. But all right, man. Appreciate everyone for watching. Definitely be on the lookout for Just a Goblin. If you want to check out Cave King, go to Shrine Comics. Correct? Yes. That's where it is. Shrine. Definitely go to Shrine Comics. Check out Cave King. I'll put the link to that in the description below. We will cover Just a Goblin, have a one shot of it, so you guys can get an idea of what the series is about. And yeah, make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. Let us know what you think about everything in the comment section below, and we will catch you guys next time. Peace.